Yo, shout out to Mr. Sea Turtle, man, for letting me get on his account today and play with the Wardcliff Coil Exotic Catalyst. Now, I don't know how it is for everyone, but this one has been a super elusive exotic catalyst. And with all things, guys, down below will be a pinned comment of how Mr. Sea Turtles got this catalyst, what he did to completely unlock it. So feel free to look below at the pinned comment. All right, boys, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about this catalyst. Essentially, guys, you're getting improved tracking on projectiles. Now, let me go ahead and speak from a personal experience that I've had with Wardcliff Coil. Have you ever shot directly at an enemy to just watch all of your projectiles and rockets disperse into nothing? It's as if they never even saw what you are visually seeing right there in front of you. Well, that was an issue I have had with Wardcliff Coil. Now, granted, anything that's from that cutoff range to up close, you'll eat them up all day long. Matter of fact, probably the biggest con to this weapon is worrying about killing yourself. Now, with this exotic catalyst adding that improved tracking, I can tell you right now, the reach that Wardcliff Coil has on it is immensely noticeable. There's really not time to kill to talk about with this weapon, so let's real quick just lay out the pros and cons to using Wardcliff Coil in PvP. Right off the bat, number one, it's ease of use. I mean, super easy, guys. You just have to point it in the direction of an enemy and shoot. It's gonna get the job done. You have to be really trying to miss in order to miss. That's pretty much it. Like, I've got no other pros. I mean, other than saying it's the easiest weapon to get a kill with. And I know, like, for the longest time, that's pretty much been Colony. But I really think Wardcliff Coil is now, especially with this increased tracking, it is the easiest gun to get a kill with. And it's one of those guns, the other pro would be, like, it's super easy to get multi-kills with. Like, if there's a group of enemies before you, you're about to delete every single one of them. The cons, the gun's exotic. And there's a lot of other good exotics that you're about to be pretty much missing out on because you're using coil. Number two, you only get one shot. Now that one shot could be amazing. You catch everybody on B point, you're about to kill all of them. Or it could just be one dude. And honestly, I'm playing a lot of banner and, you know, the best I got was maybe a triple throughout all of these clips. The third con is be ready to kill yourself sometimes. I kill myself a lot using coil. I don't know if it's the way I move or what it is. I think it's just harder on a warlock because warlocks, their jump is a little floofy. And so there's a lot of times I found that I accidentally killed myself. Now, today's setup would have been amazing to use on Lion Rampant with a Titan. Unfortunately, Mr. Sea Turtle did not have a Titan class leveled up. So my conclusion on PvP is this. Probably for Iron Banner, I can find myself using coil more. Just to try to get that 6 piece. Because every now and then you'll catch a team that's just all sitting there together and man, that would be a beautiful sight for Wardcliff Coil. Outside of that though, I don't really know if I would ever bring this into things like trials or into things like competitive or even in basic 4v4 rumble simply because of the other exotics that are outclassing it right now. It is definitely an improvement for the gun. Its tracking is extremely noticeable. But with you only having one shot to really play with, I just don't see it being a game changer for you in the long run. Now PvE, guys, you know, I messed around in PvE and like the way it's always been, it's always been pretty good at ad control. I think for just raw DPS on bosses, I would still go with my legendary rocket launchers, Sins of the Past, Curtain Call. I think I still prefer those. But as far as just basic ad control, it does a very good job. And it's really nice to just be running across, like through strikes, to just run across a power ammo brick with your gun out and immediately have it loaded in the chamber and ready to go for the next shot. So overall, guys, I mean, coil is essentially performing the way it's always performed. I think for events like Mayhem, I'll probably use this because, man, you talk about some rage-inducing stuff. Hate mail comes in hot when you kill people with coil and Mayhem. And of course, banner, just because multi-kills are a little bit easier to grab with this gun. Well, fellas, that's my thoughts on coil. Overall, I think if you get it, you might as well unlock it. The tracking is definitely noticeable. Definitely something I can appreciate. And let me know down below if you actually do bring coil into Crucible on a regular basis. I'm genuinely curious. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming and watching this video, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.